All right, everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the Jordan Report, and I'm your host, Robert Jordan. And we're going to go over the last mass shooting down in El Paso. And for those of us who keep track of these things, we see almost the same pattern all the time. Witnesses' discrepancies about how many shooters it was, as opposed to the official narrative that we're always presented with, and always end up with one person. But there's always some more people reporting around it. Always different versions of what happened. And we're just going to explore some of that. El Paso Walmart shooting witnesses saw 3 to 4 armed men running in, dressed in all black, shooting. These are eyewitnesses. They were in the mall, and they said what they saw. They talked about what they saw. Major cover-up on the way. Why are mainstream sources and officials reporting only one shooter when eyewitnesses claim that they saw 3 to 4 armed men dressed in all black enter the store and start shooting? Now here's the witnesses right here. This is a girl named Whitney. She's actually speaking for her mom. She didn't see. She's interpreting for her mom. Her mom only speaks Spanish. This is El Paso, Texas. Remember, 90% of the city is Spanish speakers. But here's Brittany talking about what her mom saw.
You were inside the Walmart. Can you describe to me what happened?
So we were on the clothesman, and we just thought it was something hitting the floor or the wall, and that's when my mom's like, no, it is actually shooting, and she saw 3 men running in, and they were all dressed in black, and that's when my mom said, drop down, go down to the floor. And after that, I just grabbed my mom and my little brother by the hand, and I just took them outside to the back.
Did you guys see anyone shot, wounded?
No, we just saw my mom saw the 3 men running.
Were they holding guns?
They were holding.
So she saw them actually shooting the guns. How are you feeling right now?
Panicking, scared.
All right, that was Brittany talking about what her mom saw. Her mother's name was Adriana. Here's her mother, Adriana, and there's subtitles to what she's saying. She only speaks Spanish.
Luego ya, cuando ya íbamos a pagar, miré cuando entraron unos hombres con pistolas disparando a toda la gente.
¿Eran varias personas? Más que una persona.
Sí.
Ok, por lo menos 2.
Como 3 o 4 personas.
Ajá. ¿Y cómo estaban vestidos?
Yo los vi de negro.
Okay, so you saw more than one person dressed in black shooting inside the Walmart.
¿Andaban ya uniformados como policías o...?
No les vi la cara, solamente les vi para abajo, pero traían, yo los vi todo de negro y traían shorts puestos, no traían pantalón, eran shorts.
Ah, ok.
Y eran ellos los que iban disparando, porque yo nomás vi esas pistolas largas cuando ellos iban así, porque yo miraba la lumbre que estaban.
So she saw 4 individuals running in there in shorts, all dressed in black, shooting back and forth, and that's pretty much what she did.
All right, that was the mom. Now, let me go down to the article a little bit. It says, additionally, it is important to point out that El Paso Mayor D. Margo originally told CNN Wolf Blitzer early on afternoon the shooting that 3 suspects were taken into custody. So, again, these are these discrepancies that are always surrounding these shootings, almost to a letter. Now, I'm not saying these people are not shot and killed, but what I'm saying is that the narrative is not what they're telling you it is. It's usually not one suspect. These are usually planned things. Okay? Now, let me show you this too, because this was another one of these discrepancies. Suspected El Paso Walmart shooter's appearance gets darker in mainstream media posts. Some individual, psyop. These are supposed to be the same person. Mainstream media, psychological operatives appear to be working in full force as Operation Mockingbird comes to a head. You have to read all the 80s and 90s conspiracy books to know what they're talking about. The MK Ultra programs and all the stuff the CIA was doing, drugging people to turn them into assassins, Manchurian candidates type stuff. We've had to been around a while to know that. But here's the original picture of him. El Paso Walmart shooting. Patrick Cruces, or whatever his name is, charged with capital murder. And here they're saying this is the same guy. They said they're going to seek the death penalty for him, and they put up a different picture. That's not the same person. Also, if you go back to the original article, I'm going to show you one last picture here. Here he is walking through the Walmart entrance with his gun in cargo pants. He was described as wearing cargo pants. Here he is supposed to be being arrested. He's not in cargo pants. He has no gun. He has no ear protection, eye protection, which is what he's wearing. These look like two different people to me. You know, I don't know what you would say. But here's the last witness, and this will be the last witness of this article, and he described the same thing, people in black.
Anything like this would ever happen to you?
No, never.
What side of town do you live on, sir?
I live on, I would say Central.
Central. What else did you see? Did you see people running out, that kind of thing?
I even saw the guy with the gun. I saw him twice.
What did he look like? Was he dressed
An
in
Anglo, about 6 foot. He had an AK-47.
Was he dressed in like military?
All
gear?
black, all black. He had a mask. You can see his eyes.
Okay.
That's about it.
Is that the scariest thing you've ever seen?
Yes. Then
You see, there's another one. Now, another thing always surrounds these shootings, and I got to show you this one. I hope this pops up right. No, that's not it. Another thing that surrounds these shootings is they change their social media profiles. Now, that's something most people would never think about. But they go back into these people's social media profiles and change their descriptions of who they are. And here them changing Patrick Cruces' My Life page after Sunday's shooting from Democrat to Republican. They even name him as an African American. I don't know how they did that. In this first background, he's obviously a Caucasian, religion Christian. But the second, they changed his profile to African American and atheist. So this is one of the other things that you see. Sometimes they either obliterate the profile altogether, take it down altogether, or they alter it. And so that's another one of these strange signs. Here's another one. El Paso shooter connected to the CIA. Like I said, we were talking about Operation Mockingbird and MK Ultra. All the CIA programs are trained assassins and get people to do all kind of crazy stuff on drugs. All the old books that was written in the 80s and 90s. They're saying his dad was part of this. And let me find his dad's. His dad's name is Brian Cruces. El Paso shooter's father is a therapist and former director of dual diagnosis at a psychiatric hospital shut down for safety violations. Father's handler of shooter's operation. And so they're just going through all what they found on his father, his background. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not going to any of the conspiracy stuff right now. I'm just going over the discrepancies. And here's the last one, and we're going to close out with Mika Brzezinski. Mika Brzezinski said Democrats get some traction after tragic shooting. This is how the Democrats see. They don't see these poor people at all. I mean, I'm sure these people are, like I said, these people are real victims. They're just not victims of what we're being told, like a lone shooter. These people are actually killed. But the Democrats don't feel anything for them. This is something they could use for political traction. And that's what lets you know that this thing is it's fake. None of it's real.
Promoting racism. He's not tolerating violence. He's inciting racism and violence in this country. So, I don't know what kind of question that is.
That is presidential candidate Beto O'Rourke yesterday in Texas, where 20 people were gunned down in a domestic terror attack, a hate crime fueled by white nationalism. Beto O'Rourke and his frustration that you could hear in his voice at the top of this show. And I really think he touched a chord in a way he never has in this campaign before, because you could really feel the pain. And this is an issue that resonates with voters. This is an issue that resonates with young people who have grown up in the age of mass shootings, afraid that they may come to their school because it has become a way of life. It seems to me that this political issue could be something that the Democrats could get some traction on.
Did you hear that?
Racism. He's promoting racism.
That's the way these people see this. They could care less about the 20 people, the 4 children that were killed. They could care less about all that. They're using this as a political weapon to destroy their enemy, Trump and Trump's people. That's all they see.